Well, it's that time of the show where we like to check in on weather with Nebraska Extension Ag Climatologist and Market Journal Chief Meteorologist Eric Hunt. Well, Eric, it's been a bit of a mixed bag this week. We've got some rain, some hot weather, and some cool weather. How are things shaping up as we turn to the week ahead?
Well, thanks, Bryce. We definitely have had a mixed bag of weather here recently. I think we just usually call that fall. Let's start off by taking a look at the U.S. Drought Monitor, which was released on Thursday morning. And again, the data cutoff for all inputs for the Drought Monitor are 7 o'clock Central on Tuesday morning. So that rainfall that we had during the day on Tuesday and Tuesday evening in the state is not reflected in this. Maybe we'll see some changes for the better next week. For now, though, we did see some introduction of abnormal dryness in parts of southeastern Nebraska, where we had a very dry September. I think actually was the driest September on record in Falls City. Again, this isn't drought, but it was reflecting the recent dryness. So we just finished up the climatological growing season, May 1st to September 30th. And again, very, very dry here across a lot of the Midwest, and that was the same story in east central and southeastern Nebraska. And it was particularly dry in May and September. But as we move out here to the western part of the state, and again, most of the high plains and front range, we had historically wet conditions. So again, this was the second wettest growing season on record in the Panhandle and the eighth wettest growing season on record in north central Nebraska, and quite wet in southwestern Nebraska as well. This led to significant changes for the better on the drought monitor, so significant improvements in drought in southwestern Panhandle and parts of north central Nebraska. Unfortunately, we did see further degradation in the drought levels across portions of eastern and south central Nebraska, and that led to some of the historically bad ag impacts. Again, some of the yields that I've heard coming out of Nuckolls County and Clay County are probably some of the worst yields we've had in decades. Hopefully, we'll start seeing some improvement there, though. And we started maybe seeing some of that here with precipitation we had on Tuesday. So again, some pretty good precipitation mounts here in parts of Panhandle and toward O'Neill, and very good precipitation mounts York, Seward, Saline County. Again, so some places in Saline and Seward counties, we might have had 3 times as much rain on Tuesday evening as we had the entire month of September. So again, this is not breaking the drought, but it certainly is a step in the right direction. And that's reflected in the top part of the soil moisture profile where, according to percentiles, things are actually getting quite a bit better. Root zone soil moisture, again, still relatively deficient across most of the state, but this is a bit of an improvement for what we had a couple of weeks ago. So moving ahead to the week, looks like we should have a pretty nice day tomorrow after a cool day today, and then we probably will see another reinforcing cool snap on Monday, particularly in northeastern east central Nebraska. We'll probably have highs in the lower to mid 60s, not significantly cool, but definitely a little bit cooler than we will have on Sunday. Very, very nice day statewide on Tuesday, and with some 80s possible in the Panhandle and southwestern Nebraska. Seasonal temperatures elsewhere. By midweek, though, we might have a storm system moving into the central U.S., and this could actually bring some heavy precipitation to parts of Panhandle and southern Nebraska. The timing, strength, and location of the system is still quite uncertain, so there's a lot of model variability right now. So I'd pay closer attention to the forecasts as we get early next week to see what we're looking for impacts. Thanks. Back to you, Bryce.